The 26th Critics' Choice Awards will be this Sunday night, honoring the finest achievements of 2020 filmmaking. The ceremony broadcast right here on Charlotte CW, along with the TV Awards, with Taye Diggs hosting for the third year in a row from our show All American. Joining me live right now to break down some of the top categories and nominees, longtime Critics' Choice Association member and Gardner Webb professor Noel Manning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Hope you're doing well today, Derek.
I'm doing great. Before we get into some of the nominees, tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how you first got involved with Critics' Choice.
Well, I was a film critic back in college, writing for a school newspaper. I did some film criticism on CNN Headline News affiliate. Critics' Choice was just gearing up, and they invited me to be a part of the organization. I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely."
Yeah, it's a dream.
So I've been a part of it back since I was in college.
Very nice. Well, I want to start with Best Picture, and one of the things that's interesting with this group of nominees is how many of these films are Netflix.
Yeah, and Netflix, when they transitioned from being a distributor of films that we've all seen and produced by others to a filmmaker, it made a difference. Amazon did the same thing, but Netflix has found a way to do it and to do it right and to do it well, and it's been incredibly successful for them both in TV and in film.
Well, and of course, leading the way there probably is Mank. Obviously, some other big movies there. Nomadland, The Trial of the Chicago 7. What's your pick, and do you think that's the one that will win?
Well, I love all of these films for different reasons. Mank is one of those that I was drawn to from the very beginning when I first knew this film was being released. January of last year, I said it's one I've got to see. I'm drawn to films about filmmaking, and director David Fincher has been wanting to make this film for over 20 years. The original screenplay was written by his dad, who passed away back in 2003, and so Mank found life in Netflix and in David Fincher. So I love a film about filmmaking, and if you like classic Hollywood, this is a film that I think you'll be drawn to. Nomadland, based on a best-selling book by Jessica Bruder. Frances McDormand wanted this film. This was hers, and she handpicked the director, and it's just a beautiful film, and it's a very simplistic film about healing and about finding your way. And The Trial of the Chicago 7, as you mentioned, Aaron Sorkin. Wow, what an incredible writer. And this is only his second film directing. This film has rapid-paced cuts. It has an incredible ensemble cast. It was 15 years in the making. Spielberg was originally attached to this film, and it got shelved after a writer's strike, and here it is back thanks to Netflix.
I want to ask you about your choices for Best Actor and Actress. This is always such an interesting category because you have some legends of acting often going against some younger actors. So let's get first your thoughts on Best Actor this year.
Chadwick Boseman, his body of work is going to live on. He is missed. He is going to be missed. But when you look at what he's done in the world of film, he's been a superhero, a king, a groundbreaking baseball player, the godfather of soul. He could take on any character, and he did so incredibly well. And this performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom was pure, painful, and it was engaging. So he is my pick. But the first pick that I thought about going back to the summer, Delroy Lindo back in Five Bloods, his performance was raw, probably one of the most raw performances of the year. And I knew when I saw him last summer in Five Bloods, the Spike Lee film, I said he is going to be the one to beat, and I'm glad to see him on this list. Gary Oldman starring as Mankiewicz. Gary has never shied away from playing real-life characters. He's been Churchill and Beethoven and Sid Vicious. This time he had to take on a role that didn't have a whole lot of sources to go back to. So he almost created this role as if it were fictional. So all three of those are great, great talents, and I think look for those. But Chadwick actually has my vote.
Well, for Best Actress, you have some fantastic ladies. You've got Carey Mulligan, Frances McDormand. You've got, of course, Viola Davis. What's your choice there?
Actually, my choice is Andra Day,
Okay.
The United States versus Billie Holiday. This was actually the most powerful and engaging performance of the year for me, for anyone. She offered vulnerability, and vulnerability is difficult to do on screen as an actor, especially for someone who's really never done this before. And this is her first major role. She also sang in this, so she was a dual threat, and she wrote a song for this film called Tigress and Tweed. So Andra Day is absolutely amazing. Viola Davis, she's stellar always. You can never go wrong with her. And Frances McDormand, this role for her was simply just simply her on screen and letting the characters and letting the scenery and letting the story unfold. And she was just there with it. And it just felt natural.
Now, Noel, I want to quickly ask you about a couple of the TV categories, us being a TV station. Best comedy series, you know, for me, the top two looking at this list, and I've watched most of these shows, Schitt's Creek and Ted Lasso are probably my top two. What say you?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Schitt's Creek, you think about this, after 6 seasons, 70 episodes, for me, the show continued to get better. It continued to get better. When it wrapped, audiences were saying, give me more, give me more. And that is a challenging thing to be able to do and sustain, but it just kept getting better. I loved the theme about finding family, about finding community, and allowing yourself to be open to whatever that looks like. Loved Schitt's Creek. And Ted Lasso, I think it's going to be one to watch. And what I mean by that is 6 years down the road, we may be talking about it just like we are talking about.
Yeah, where it just keeps getting better and better, and then when it leaves, you're very disappointed. On drama series, you've got such a variety here. I mean, you've got Better Call Saul, This Is Us, and The Mandalorian in the same category, among others.
Absolutely. Well, I am a fan of sci-fi. I'm a Star Wars fan, so The Mandalorian definitely caught my attention. I think it transcends genre, and I think that's a challenging thing to do for any type of film or TV series, but it does that, and it offers stories and characters that appeal to a variety of people. I mean, I think about this, my family, my entire family will watch a sci-fi show, The Mandalorian. That's tough to do. So I love The Mandalorian, and I've got Grogu, Baby Yoda, back behind me as well, hanging out with me, watching over. And yeah, I think about The Crown from Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, much like Downton Abbey connected with viewers a few years ago, The Crown it really tapped into the kind of that same audience and expanded it. It looks at being regal and regality, but it also looks at politics, and it gives us a glimpse into the past and also our present. It does it with amazing writing and also amazing acting. And you mentioned This Is Us. I've just got to say, if you want a good cry, that's the film for a good cry.
Yeah, there you go. Noel, we appreciate the time here this morning. We're going to, of course, post this interview at WCCBCharlotte.com. I know that there's the chance that you'll be talking to some of the winners, so we may see you again next week.
Thank you so much. Yeah, looking forward to the opportunity.
All right, and of course, that is Sunday night, 7 o'clock, right here, WCCB, Charlotte CW, right